Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I was going to do just a tour of all the trees. It's around May 4th, so mid-spring. But we can walk through here and take a look and see what we got. So right at the front I have a Pygmy date palm. I planted this not for the dates that come from this tree, but just more for the aesthetics there at the front gate. Right next to it is a Dorset golden apple. Doing really well. This was pretty small if you look in the last video. This thing's put on a lot of growth and has put on a lot of fruit. Has probably about maybe I'd say 50 apples on there right now, and I've been plucking them off all the way through because it's just clusters of apples. It's not just apples randomly. So you'll see some spots have one. Those had like 4 or 5 at one point, just like this. So I'll keep thinning this, but it's doing really well. I mean, from a growth standpoint and a fruiting standpoint. Right here I have just a variety of trees that have not been planted yet. This one's going to be going in the ground soon, or I might keep it in a pot. I don't know. It's a lemon guava tree. It was doing some flowering, and you can see there they have converted to little fruit. Good looking tree and productive. Right here is a all-in-one almond tree. I cut it down pretty short and it's putting growth back on. We'll see how this one does this year. And here are just some potted varieties. Those are some different oranges, Trovita orange, Navel oranges, and I'm deciding if I'm going to put these in the ground or not. This is a peach, ultra dwarf peach. You can see there's a little fruit already growing inside there. This stays really small. I worry sometimes because peaches get real big, so that's why I got that tiny one. This is a Santa Rosa plum tree. It's a dwarf as well. There is some fruit on it. You have about maybe 5 or 6 plums on there. You put on those plums, and then now it's putting on another flush of vegetative growth there at the top. So it seems to be doing pretty well. This guy is a champ. I mean, this is a Lee Jujube tree. I cut it down to that point right there in the back. I don't know if you can see it. And it just put on all this growth like in a month. And there's the flowers. The flowers seem to always convert into fruit. A good looking tree, a super tough tree, and a delicious, reliable producer. Great plant. Right here you have a fig tree. This is a strawberry latte fig tree. Oh, I'm sorry, raspberry latte fig tree. Doing really well. If you look at last year's video, you can see how much growth this put on. Very vigorous. It's got little figs starting to form. Interesting variety. It's a little later, so it's not an early variety. If you're in a cold area, you may not want this variety, but if you're in a warm area, it's a beautiful tree and delicious fruit. I grafted a Figo Prieto on there. You can see that it's doing well. There's also a Black Madeira in there somewhere that I grafted, and it took as well. Now right here is my fig project. This tree has 12 different varieties of fig grafted onto it, and it's doing well. All the 12 varieties are doing nicely. They all were a success, so I have 13 varieties total on this fig tree. You can check out my other videos talking about it, going in detail about the different varieties and showing you the little figs on there. Interesting tree, one of my favorites. Right here is a beauty. This is a wonderful pomegranate, and you can see this thing is just loaded with production. This thing puts on flowers and fruit and flowers and buds and just various stages of production, and it's constantly dishing out up until maybe December, end of December, January. I mean, it just is a very productive, vigorous tree. This is a royal apricot, ultra dwarf as well, and it's doing really well, putting on really good growth. It's got apricots on it already, and it's maybe been a year and a half in the ground, something along those lines. And it's probably got about 20 different apricots on it. I don't know if you can see them. They're kind of camouflage. We'll see if the birds get to them once they start goldening up. I don't know. But I haven't had any bird issues yet. We'll see how that unfolds. That big boy is Lisbon Lemon. I thought it was a Eureka, but it's not. Doing really well. Very vigorous grower. And it's got a good amount of lemons on it this year. Right next to it is a gold Nugget Loquat. Doing really well as well. These are nice because they add a nice tropical touch to your garden, and the fruit are delicious, and the flowers, the blossoms, smell wonderful. Right here you have a variety of Navel Orange. This is called a Cara Navel Orange. It's a pink orange, delicious variety, doing well, putting on fruit. Right next to that is a pineapple Guava. Another really nice variety, evergreen, so it's good for privacy. Nice looking tree, putting on new growth. Definitely the latest one from the bunch to start growing. And I have it staked up because it's still a little bit skinny and tall. Right here is a European fan palm, just a small palm tree. And right there is an Oro Blanco Grapefruit. This one put on some nice growth this year. There's a bunch of grapefruit, probably about maybe 10 pieces in there. We'll see how many hang on. This is my problem child. This is a Trovita orange. Not in the best location. The drainage is not very good there. We'll see how it does this season. Right next to it is one that's doing really well. This is a Fukushu Kumquat or a Changsung Kumquat. Wonderful variety of kumquat and a beautiful tree. Always flowering, smells great, looks nice. Very productive, just a great looking tree that puts on great fruit, another must-have. Right here is a Tango Mandarin, doing well this year, putting on some nice growth, maybe about 20 little mandarins on there that I see so far. Yep, there you go, you can see them. Trying to zoom in. It's kind of hard to see outside when it's real sunny like this with the camera. And then right here you have a Clementine tree. This one is the only one from the bunch that's not a semi-dwarf. This is a standard, so we'll see. I could tell this thing really wants to grow tall. But it's loaded with clementines. At least 50 on here that I can count. Doing really nicely. Lush type citrus tree. Trunk's really thickening up on this one. Well, that's really it, guys. Thanks for watching the tour. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I love making these just to kind of track the progress of things, and for those that are interested in kind of following along with the journey. As you can see, everything's doing pretty well. This year I put in some artificial turf. Turned out pretty nice. It's great if you got some kids, they can run around. It's kind of like an outdoor carpet, and looks nice. And I believe you can keep your yard, really polished, and you can also make it productive. There's no need to turn into a jungle in your backyard if you want to grow some fruit trees. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.